is a series of short documentaries that were produced by Collab.Land and created by Lore Machine. And yeah, we're gonna show them today, and then we're gonna do a little, we're gonna have a little Q&A afterwards with the filmmakers and the editors and some of the subjects of the movies. So hope you enjoy them. And here's Thobey Campion.
Awesome, what's up guys? Thanks for coming out. So last September, Anjali and James approached me, a guy who makes videos, about doing a kind of love letter to Web3. I had burned out on Web2 media, and Web3 had provided all these solutions to problems that Web2 just didn't seem to have. And so I felt like I was the right man for the job and raised my hand. And with a huge group of people, we were able to put together 7 episodes. So we're gonna show you the trailer, and then 3 of the episodes today, and then the subjects are gonna join us to talk about some weird shit. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about, yeah. But either way, thanks for coming out and hope you enjoy. Yeah.
In my mind, Ethereum is feminist. It's a tool that allows men and women to use it equally.
Web3 is a singular moment, and it just felt like the wheel was being reinvented in real time.
It was a big thing that I'd signed on to.
Oh my God, this is a real thing. People really care about this.
It's changed how I visualize everything, and I've gone all in.
I genuinely think I'm changing the world.
We're like, okay, this is it. Yeah, no looking back from there.
These tech companies had this promise of changing our lives, but really they were just acquiring our data.
I was living in a dirt road town. The word NFTs wasn't on my radar.
It clicked immediately.
Hey, maybe there's something interesting with this blockchain stuff.
It's ownership over your digital footprint. That's what's changed my life entirely.
I said, I think I might have signed a contract. And he was like, why did you do that? That's a terrible idea.
And I left everything I was doing the next day, and I went all into NFTs and blockchain.
The reality right now to the general public is, oh yeah, crypto's a scam. And then you see things like exchange collapses. It's all out Wild West. But there's gonna be a time where the real solutions are gonna come to light.
Web3 is a really unique space where you can have this buzzing community around you of really supportive people.
PizzaDAO brought together $1 million in a month. I mean, unprecedented.
Thank you very much for all the free dough, or DAO.
Web3, that's where we'll do it. This is the most beautiful crossroads for what I've been looking for.
If I didn't build something now, I was gonna regret it.
You're able to control something in a world where we control nothing.
The game we're playing here is to leverage this digital scarcity to bring analog plenty.
This is gonna be the biggest massive transition that we've experienced.
I think this is still setting the stage for what comes after, which is then everybody does this and it's not weird anymore. We don't need to make documentaries about it.
If that's not enough to wake you up in the morning, then fuck me, man. You know what I mean?
If we're visualizing a new reality here on Earth, what is the ideal state of Earth? Like, what do we actually want to do? If we could do anything on this planet? And it's like, well, we probably should just like throw a party. Here we can go, action. What do you need for that party, right? Pizza. So that was kind of part of the how we got where we are. We're gonna throw a global pizza party that we're gonna fund by selling blockchain-based NFTs of pizza. Like wanting to build towards a world where everyone can just eat. People came to PizzaDAO because they wanted to bring the world together around pizza. And so having like a really strong mission that people can sink their teeth into That was our secret. We're here at Pizza Brain, Philly's famous pizza museum. All right. Pizza is a global phenomenon. It's beautiful, right? Every pizza is kind of a work of art. Every pizza is community in a box because there are 8 slices in there, and you're probably not gonna eat all of those alone. This is why pizza is what I came to as this is the vessel to bring community ownership powered by the blockchain all over the world. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna eat it. Oh. A funny thing about me is that I actually cannot eat gluten or dairy. So it is not actually about pizza. What PizzaDAO does for Web3 is instead of going to people and saying, we're Web3, and we say, hey, you want a slice of pizza? So it's a really good foot in the door to say, hey, maybe there's something really interesting with this blockchain stuff. I run this Facebook group in South Philly called South Silly. And so I have relationships with a lot of the local businesses. When the pandemic hit, businesses suffered, many closed. And it made me start to think really deeply about how to change ownership structures in neighborhoods so that communities could support businesses in a different way.
Everyone brought their skills together to make this thing the super grassroots pizza place, you know, from the ground. Like we put these floors in, like everything in here we did ourselves.
The PizzaDAO story, in short, is we brought together a community of artists from all over the world to make toppings for a digital pizza. We made a generative project of 10,000 digital pizzas. We sold them to bring in money. We took that money, we bought pizza with it, and we gave it away all over the world.
Thank you for our pizzas!
I love you, free pizza!
Son che Pedro mangia la pizza.
This is Cheech. This is John. Thank you very much for all the free dough. Or DAO.
PizzaDAO brought together $1 million in a month. I mean, crazy, unprecedented, impossible to do without Web3. Collab.Land serves a few roles in the PizzaDAO Discord. It token gates our proposals channel, so only people who hold the rare pizza NFT can see it. And this is the lifeblood of how PizzaDAO actually runs, right? We put proposals in the channel and we vote on them. We want our voting to be anonymous, and we want it to be one person, one vote. So this is actually how we make all our decisions now. It's just a huge force for being able to organize people. I don't think that we should just reinvent what's not on the blockchain. Like, that's not the assignment. The game we're playing here is to leverage this digital scarcity to bring analog plenty. To date, PizzaDAO has given away about $500,000 worth of pizza in over 75 countries. We've partnered with more than 400 pizzerias.
Free pizza, molto bene.
We fed, at a minimum, over 100,000 people. And going forward, we want to keep spreading community and the ethos of community ownership and Web3 through the vessel of pizza. Maybe, there's a world where humans don't really have to think about whether they can afford food that much. I don't claim to know how we get there, but I do want to get there.
What if Domino came in and offered to buy you for $1 billion?
Fuck off.
I ended up in the Web3 space really because of a lack of art supplies, essentially, when it comes down to it. The Web3 NFT space was very far removed from what I was doing at the time, which was living in a very remote Aboriginal community in the top end of Australia in Arnhem Land. It's a coastal community that's closed off to non-Indigenous folk. Once the wet season comes in, you can't really get in or out there by car unless you have a purpose to be there, and that's through government work. My husband Tom was working, he's a teacher. We'd been travelling for a year on the road, living in a camper trailer with our 4 kids. And I didn't have any art supplies with me. I didn't have any canvas. I was used to making art. I tend to create no matter what. So I had an iPad, and that was the only thing I had to create. So prior to that, I didn't really work digitally at all. And yeah, just trying to figure out what my own purpose for being there was. I was very much living in a dirt road town. The word NFTs wasn't on my radar, but I remember getting a message from Gina Anderson, who is the founder of Honey Badgers. Gina shared an artwork of mine that caught the attention of Alison Downey and Alex Kavaloukos. Ali runs a tech company. Alex had a very successful startup. This girl, Gina, saying, these 2 women are wanting to catch up with you, don't mess it up. They're really important. I was like, okay. Got on the phone call with them. It was apparent that we were all mothers. It was very comfortable. I had to leave the call halfway through because we'd just gotten a new puppy. I was like, I'm sorry, I've got dog wee and a 2-year-old that's rolling around in it. I gotta go. And they were fine with that, which made me think I can work with these people. They had 2 NFT 10K PFP projects. That's a lot of acronyms. Meta Angels, which came first, and then Honey Badgers. It's essentially a membership token that people are buying. So they will buy one of these 10,000 and they get access to some membership that project is offering. What they were wanting was something that would stand out in the NFT space that set itself apart from the bro cartoons going around. I signed on to both of them because I tend to just say yes and then figure out how I'm going to do it after. Tom came back from out bush. I said, I think I might have signed a contract. And he was like, why did you do that? That's a terrible idea. So I was like, I think you just make some layers and like it'll be fine. It turned out it was much, much more involved. I needed Tom to come on board to be able to do it. It seemed like a worthwhile thing to do in terms of my art career. We hightailed it out of Maningrida. We went to the nearest main city, Darwin, and lived out of Airbnbs over the 6-week school holiday with our kids. I just smashed out images. It was a big thing that I'd signed on to. It's tough. It is tough work, but also it was an extremely exciting time. It was a massive point of change for us. Then it all snowballed from there. I did get a lot of collectors that came on board because they discovered me through Meta Angels Discord. Web3 is a really unique space where you can have this buzzing community around you of really supportive people. People are interested in who is creating the art. They want to back someone that they believe in. if we have our mate doing his thing, like that kind of scenario. What I did find through Web3 is it can really snowball and open up doors that had, never been there before or not been accessible before. The NFT space has been the most fruitful community that I've ever been a part of in my life, definitely in my professional life. Did you? Oh, good work. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Have a great time. Congratulations on your... I am a one-of-one artist. The work that I focus on is really just the same as my work in the physical art world. It's just making art that I feel good about putting into the world. Focusing on building myself as an artist that has agency over my work and over my life, whether it's in the NFT space or whether it's not.
In my mind, Ethereum is feminist. It's a tool that is neutral and allows men and women to use it equally. About 50 years ago, you still had to get credit under the name of your husband. The tools that we can build on things like Ethereum allow you to take out loans from a money market program that doesn't care who you are, so long as you have, collateral. These are important advances that are understated simply by just providing an equal playing field that otherwise was hard to come by. Like, just having wallets is like an important innovation.
We like Las Vegas. Let's go around. Unicorns, love it.
The people that Ethereum and these new, more resilient financial systems can benefit are the people who are the most ostracized by the existing financial system. For years, sex workers have been kicked off of PayPal and Cash App and had their bank accounts shut down. We have a company to bring the benefits of blockchain to the adult industry. Our primary product is called Spank Pay. It's a crypto payment platform to help you process payments.
All right, we're one down.
I am a software engineer by training. I used to work at Consensus as a Ethereum developer.
How's it going?
I was researching micropayments, trying to figure out a good use case for this. After reading a bit about the adult industry and their struggles with the banking and financial systems, I thought that maybe this is a good match.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype around crypto adult companies. I think we were one of the few that tried to pivot into useful services. So we're giving out swag to promote this stuff.
It used to be a meme that nobody pays for their porn. But clearly that meme was false, because a lot of people are willing to pay for their porn if the payment isn't going to some weird studio and it's like going to the model that they actually, fantasize about. Building more direct content and financial services that more directly connect the fans to the models actually unlocks a lot of the willingness to pay for content that previously was a meme.
Can you make it out to Spankchain?
Spankchain.
We hired sex workers, and we started going to conventions and meeting sex workers. And so one of the first things we did was come to this AVN, and we gave out, $20,000 in cash and crypto for signing people up for wallets and trying to onboard people.
Is it okay if I take a picture?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Spankchain was my introduction to this world. It's been pretty fun. I've learned a lot.
The adult industry will try anything at least once. They have the benefit of being willing to experiment.
You ever been spanked by a mermaid?
And so they're learning a lot about how to navigate this crypto world, because for them, the tools are just useful.
In the sex industry, you're constantly getting your account shut down. And I exist in a legal capacity. Everything I do is legal. So for me to get all these things shut down, it's really terrible. When you build products that models use, it's fucking huge for us. That's what we need. We need these problems solved. To have Spank stand behind you, it makes you feel like you are not doing something wrong. You're a business person or entrepreneur as opposed to whore. It gives you that freedom, it gives you that empowerment, and you're able to control something in a world where we have control nothing.
A lot of the legal money that she's made, you know, selling socks and whatever, being mean to men on the internet, she has a hard time cashing it out, and even had trouble with like mortgages and credit. You wouldn't expect your utility company to like turn off your water because of something you tweeted.
So the regulation conversation is a bit tricky because most of the rules aren't necessarily enforced by actual law. Most of the rules governing content you can post and things like that are established by like MasterCard and Visa based on what they are willing to process transactions for. And so they impose their sort of morality. There is some legislation that's being proposed in Congress on banking discrimination against sex workers.
We're going to Washington and meeting with different committees about this type of financial discrimination. Like the lobbyists that we have for DC right now, testifying in front of 5 different committees about this thing that is probably going to be written into a bill. We start with financial discrimination and work our way all the way up to decriminalization. That's the hope. Financial discrimination is an easy one for us to start with because it will literally change every single person's life in the industry.
Nobody has ever done anything like that before. It was actually a historic event because no one has ever taken sex workers seriously, partially because it was easier to not acknowledge that this is like a real economic thing. We want to change the world. It sounds a little cliche, but like we just want the world to reflect our values. One of the things that we can do here is help counter the stigma. You know, making educational content, helping people on board. Like 5 years ago, we had to work hard just to get people wallets, and now they all put their .eth on Twitter. It's like the best thing that's ever happened. Now we have like big name porn star selling NFTs has .eth, right? I'm excited to see more models using DAOs, more sex workers using DAOs to coordinate. Like, that's where we've come, right? I think this is still setting the stage for what comes after, which is then everybody does this and it's not weird anymore and we don't need to make documentaries about it. Hopefully we can figure out how to make this stuff useful and bring the benefits of it to a broader population.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out and watching the Collab.Land short films. We only have 7 minutes left for a panel discussion, so we probably won't be able to take any questions. But what I'm going to ask is for each of the people here to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about themselves and where they could learn more about your project and maybe one memory of filming the short film. Thobey here was the director, and so you probably all have some memory about him. So in our 7 minutes, I'm hoping to get the most high impact. So shall we start with Thobey?
What's up, guys? I'm Thobey Campion, founder of Lore Machine, and we are a next-generation studio that harnesses AI and Web3 tools to turbocharge storytelling on the internet. And we kind of just traveled around through the US and Canada, meeting with all the subjects, and really finding a human thread through a lot of these organizations that are a Discord or an NFT collection, a very kind of like, there's a facelessness to it. So what we strove to do with these films is bring a more human, compassionate, and relatable set of kind of circumstances to each one of the shoot, with the hope that we could inject some energy into the Ethereum community, not that it needs any, but also create a bridge for people who have no idea what the fuck this is all about. So the hope was to straddle those two worlds, and couldn't have done it without all these folks, so thank you.
Thank you, Thobey.
I'm Oren. I'm the editor of the piece, so I won't take up too much time. But I own a company called Burnish Creative, so we partnered with Lore Machine to put this thing together, and we did the post-production, the editing on it, and just really learned a lot through it. I'm a Bitcoin OG. I bought Bitcoin 2011, so I knew a lot about that world, but this whole NFT world and everything that you guys are building is incredible, and I think it's really, really cool, so well done.
And this is my first time meeting the editor in person. We did it all over the internet, and I'm very pleased to discover that he bears a striking resemblance to Kurt Russell. So congratulations, yeah.
I'm Snacks, PizzaDAO founder. A funny thing, also go back pretty far with Bitcoin, and I used to organize Bitcoin events in 30th Street Station in Philly, outside the Pizza Hut, and we would push together tables talk about DAOs in like 2012, like pretty early, like $20 Bitcoin, you know, $100 Bitcoin, and so it's kind of come full circle here with PizzaDAO. And if you want to, join our community, we're in 75 countries, and we'd love to give you your Pizza Mafia name. It's a combination of your favorite topping and your favorite mafia movie.
I'm Ali Knox. I've been in crypto since 2014 when I got kicked off on all the platforms. I've been with Spankchain since right before they ICO'd in 2017. I'm an advisor there, a fetish performer. Thank you for having us and watching our story. We really appreciate it.
Give it up for Ali. Hi, my name is Amin Soleimani. I'm the CEO of Spankchain. So it was a pretty funny documentary to film. One of the things that happened while we were filming on the second day of AVN was that our payment processor actually went out of business, or announced that they were. So I was actually kind of managing like a whole crisis while that was filming. And while a week later they went out of business, I do regret to inform everyone here that 2 weeks after that, we were targeted and discriminated against by Sendwire because they had a new payment processor called Checkout.com that didn't want to work with adult companies. And Wire kicked us out sort of unceremoniously, and also refused to make any sort of public statement about it, saying that they lamented it or that they were forced to do it. And so now, next time we go back to Congress, which Ali was able to set up through her prolific documentaries, describing all of the ways she's been kicked out of every payment system, and we'll get to say, hey, look at what happened since we were here when last time talking about discrimination against sex workers and adult businesses. We also got discriminated against, and so it's going to be part of our story, and I appreciate Collab.Land helping us tell it.
Thank you so much. You know, part of what we're trying to accomplish with these short documentaries is giving a human face. Like Thobey said, it's to give a human face to what we're doing here in crypto. Our goals and aspirations for crypto are really to elevate and eliminate the problems from previous generations. Like, can we do that? Can we somehow use this technology to undo some of the discrimination of the past and to give people more opportunities for wealth building who have been cut out of wealth building before? So really, I appreciate this opportunity. Our co-founder Raymond is here and James are here. And really, we just want to share with everybody like what's possible with crypto and with blockchain technology and through crypto communities. And so if anybody wants a final word about really what is it about community that has been powerful for you and that you think is the unlock of crypto, which is like communities from where Collab.Land sits.
So for us, I mean, just the promise of an NFT and what that meant as a symbol of contribution to our effort was enough to mobilize a community of thousands.
I mean, for us, for the editing, I just focused on making these things a bridge for people who don't really understand this world and look down on it or think it's just a big pile of shit. So that was my job.
I think that you know, I don't want to just talk the final word here if you guys have something more to say, but we look at these 6 documentaries as kind of an establishing shot for how we could continue to elevate storytelling about Web3. I think that one of the things I've noticed as a former outsider and now a sort of insider in this thing is that the community sometimes struggles to explain itself to the rest of the world. So we're looking for all different types of partners, whether you're a subject, whether you're a sponsor, whether you're a community, to get involved to continue to build this type of storytelling. So if you are interested, by all means hit up me or James or Anjali. We're all ears because this doesn't get done alone. This very much gets done together.
Thank you so much for everyone for watching. The website of Collab.Land is Collab.Land. Also, Lore Machine is the director and the filmmakers. And if you want to continue to watch these movies, we showed you 3 of them today, but there are 7 in total. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's at Collab.Land or letsformgroup.xyz. So, you know, I hope you join us on our journey of short documentaries. So thank you so much. And really, truly, and Thobey said this earlier, which is it's a love letter to Web3. So that's what we hope you enjoy and appreciate it as well.